the thing that makes me come alive is probably unanswered questions and then the possibilities that they present. When I was a little kid, my grandparents used to usher at the local symphony, and so they would buy me rush tickets and take me, and I would sit by myself and watch. And there was this great piece that I remember hit me, and it was called "The Unanswered Question" by Charles Ives. And I love that idea, and I love what that piece of music does as well, because it was the first time I'd heard something that was trying to figure something out, but doing it musically without words. And I think that any time that that's presented, be it in the field of improv, be it in the field of educational technology, or in the classroom, or working one-on-one with a student, or talking about policy, anytime we have a question that doesn't yet have an answer, or where we are open to coming up with better answers, I think that's where I come alive the most. I've been doing improv for about 15 years. I started in my undergraduate and have been pretty much going nonstop since then. Had both the chance to perform and teach, and the best part about that is the chance to teach anyone from middle school to people in their 90s, and really watching what happens when you ask people to basically make something out of nothing. And see where they go with it, because even the most resistant or the most hesitant find that they've got something that they can put into a scene that makes it worthwhile. I think the change I want to create the most is letting people create the futures that they want, and tearing down barriers to some of those, and opening doors, and then actually just getting out of the way. Because I think a lot of the time, the futures that people want to create, old, young, it matters not at all, are impeded by people standing in the way and trying to redirect the flow. I've been reading a lot about the national parks recently, and most specifically about the dams that were created, in the Hetch Hetchy Dam as part of Yosemite, and the destruction of the natural beauty because we decided we needed to move water from one place to another, and that we knew best what nature had intended. And I think that's a great metaphor for what we need to do as we create change for other people as they're learning. Some of my research recently has been about the idea of third places, and how educational spaces, informal and formal, can mimic those, if not become those, and really understanding these ideas of home ranges and how we can expand what learners' understandings of home ranges are, and then how they can just use spaces where they're welcome in a way that is more than just the kind of traditional model of education and learning, but something that is much more social, more collaborative, and more impromptu. The piece about what is foreign about what we have in common, I think, is the conversations that we don't have or that we take as a given. We know that we're interested in education. We oftentimes take it as a given that we are interested in improving children's lives and all of those things. But I think that there are lots of conversations we never have about what we have in common, the things that we don't talk about, either because we think that we are the only ones, or we think that everyone is the same, and so we don't need to talk about it. But I think there are some possibilities there, some answers there about what we can create and what we can do and where we can go that we never get to because we stick with the familiar of what we have in common.